Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Beatles Forever. I was starting to think about George Harrison and was wondering what I could do for a video about him. And a fun idea popped into mind, and it was if I chose two albums and do a battle between them to see which one ends up the winner. So that was the idea. And if this video goes well, I could do that with each member's solo albums, like Paul McCartney, his albums versus each other, or John Lennon or Ringo. So I think that's a great way to listen to songs and have fun with it. So I'll do the songs in numerical order. 5 points for the song that wins by the end of the video will have the album winner. Somewhere in England has 10 songs, while Cloud 9 has 11. So I'll stop at 10 to keep it even. Somewhere Over England was released in 1981, and this album was one of the first one George did after the murder of John Lennon. Warner Brothers didn't like the album originally presented to them, saying it was too laid back and not commercial enough. So George reworked it, and it was finally accepted, though with a different cover than what George wanted to have on it. The first song from Somewhere Over England is Blood from a Clone. This song has a quirky tune to it, and the title is a bit weird too. It has that 80s sound to it, and this song is getting back at the record companies that want everything to sound the same. The tune, I guess, is in tune to how George was feeling stressed out. And then song 1 from Cloud 9 is called Cloud 9, which this album was released in 1987, 5 years after Somewhere Over England. And George had wanted to take a break from music, and he felt he was ready to create music again. He created a great album. He didn't feel the need to tour after the album's success, however. And this song has a bluesy sound with a slide guitar. George is sounding great vocally, and you can tell he's into this song. It really rocks, and I say it's a great song. So the winner is Cloud 9 from Cloud 9. So that song gets 5 points. Next up is song 2 from Somewhere in England, and it's called Unconsciousness Rules. And this song sounds like an early rock and roll song. George comes in strong with his vocals, and I like the piano and also the saxophone that appears near the middle of the song. It's almost like a song John would have done near that time frame. The lyrics aren't as good as the music part of the song, though. Song 2 from Cloud 9 is That's What It Takes, and this song sounds a little like an ELO song, which begins as no surprise because Jeff Lynne is a producer. And the song is catchy, and I like the end when it goes instrumental and the electric guitar plays out the song with a mellow but tough sound. So the winner of song 2 is That's What It Takes from Cloud 9, 5 points. Song 3 from Somewhere Over England is Life Itself, and this is a love song with a waltz tempo. I like the instruments start out the song. The tune's catchy, and it has you wanting to hear the next part of the song. And the guitar solo is well done and played with intensity. Song 3 from Cloud 9 is Fish in the Sand. And this song starts out moving and grooving. I like the relentless beat and how the guitar blends with it, and the song is catchy too. This is the first time that I'm torn between the songs, but I'll have to say Life Itself is the winner. There's something touching about it. I like Fish in the Sand, but Life Itself draws me more into it. So the winner of song 3 is Life Itself from Somewhere in England, 5 points. Song 4 from Somewhere in England is All Those Years Ago. It was a song that George had given to Ringo, but the lyrics for the song were different. Ringo didn't like the lyrics and felt the song was written in too high of notes to be comfortable with it, so he gave it back to George. And after John's death, George changed the lyrics with a tribute song to John. This song is so special. We get to hear in song just how George felt about John. Denny Lane, Paul McCartney, and Linda added background vocals, and Ringo did the drumming. So how cool is that? I've always loved this song from the moment I heard it on the radio back in the 80s. The synthesizers, organ, and soft electric guitar starts out the song perfectly, and George brings out all his memories of John and how he looked up to him and how everyone gave him hard times for his views. John would have liked how George paid a very heartfelt tribute to him in this song. When John was alive, he was miffed when George hardly mentioned him in his book, I'm a Mine. So this song makes up for it. The slight that John felt. And this song can bring a lump to your throat. And song 4 from Cloud 9, Just for Today. And this is a song with George and the piano. Starting out the song, and George sings with emotion. George said in his notes for the album, it says, "Just for today, don't worry about anything, just try and deal with one thing at a time." Basically, it's really for everybody. It's generally a reminder just for today to keep it cool and don't try and deal with everything all at once and that kind of thing. So George said that in 1988 for the liner notes in his 2004 Cloud 9. So it's a great thing to remember, but the song is a little bit too slow for me. You have to be in that mindset to enjoy it. So song number 4, the winner, is No Contest. It's All Those Years Ago from Somewhere in England. The song has the tribute to John, and George is giving us his inner thoughts and putting it into a lively and beautiful song. Next up is song 5 from Somewhere in England, Baltimore Oriole. And this was originally done by Hoagie Carmichael. And I was surprised by the choice that George did choosing the song, because it's one of those old songs from like the 1940s, I think. But George does a fantastic job in this version of the song. We have the sultry sounds and the saxophone, and the bluesy piano adds to the song too. I didn't know George could be jazzy, so this is a good song. Next, song 5 from Cloud 9 is This Is Love. George co-wrote this song with Jeff Lynne. It has that pop sound that I always love. And George moves and grooves with this song. His vocals are soaring, and the song just travels on with a great beat. And the lyrics are catchy too with This Is Love. So this was a hard decision, but I always have to go for my love of pop rock. And the song that wins this round is This Is Love from Cloud 9. 5 points, the winner. Song number 6 from Somewhere in England is Teardrops. This song is George trying to write a commercial hit for his album because Warner Brothers requested it. This song sounds a little like the songs played elsewhere because of the synthesizers, and I can't really get into it. It feels like George is trying a little too hard to get the song going here. Number 6 from Cloud 9 is When We Was Fab. The moment I heard this song, I loved it. George wrote this song for Jeff Lynne, and they did a fabulous job with it. George is remembering his time with the Beatles, and that makes this song super special. It has the sound of the Beatles from the orchestra's guitar and I Am the Walrus feel to it. The video is neat too, with George and Ringo interacting together. Winner of song 6 is When We Was Fab from Cloud 9. Hands down the best song in this round. George at his best, 5 points. Song 7 from Somewhere in England is That Which I Have Lost. I expected this song to be a slow one, and it surprised me how up-tempo it was. It's a little bit rockabilly, a little pop, a little bit of the 20 sound, and it's a little bit of everything in one. I like George's vocals and how the instruments blend well together with George's vocals too. It's very neat. I really like it. Song 7 from Cloud 9 is Devil's Radio. George is rocking in this song. A billboard about the devil being on radio and TV inspired George to write this one. And it's a good rocking song, but the repetition of the word gossip, which I really didn't know what the word was in the song when I heard it, was distracting. It's a good song, but it didn't really hit me as one I really liked. So the winner of song 7 is That Which I Have Lost. That song has so many different sounds to it, and they all blend to create a perfect song. So 5 points, and that came from Somewhere in England. Song number 8 from Somewhere in England is Writings on the Wall. This song is a spiritual one in which George states we need to be prepared for our time in our life ends, and not to worry about material things. The music is played in an endless tune, almost as a background for George's lyrics. It is said to have an Indian sound, but to me it sounded a little bit Irish. I really couldn't get into the song. Song 8 for Cloud 9 is Someplace Else. This is a good song. It has a slide guitar sound. George is writing a love song his way. He hopes that the person in this song, that he and this person can have a relationship somehow together, and he hopes it will last. He wants to leave the loneliness behind him, and he hopes she won't let go. So the winner of song 8 is Someplace Else. It has more memorable lyrics and a tune to it more than Writings on the Wall. 5 points from the Cloud 9 album. Song 9 from Somewhere in England is Hong Kong Blues. another Hoagie Carmichael song written in 1939. I didn't know George loved those really old songs, and this song is like listening to a movie somehow, or someone's looking for love in the wrong places and finding trouble. The end of the song sounds like a Charlie Chan movie. I'm not really sure about this song. It's song 9, Cloud 9, is Record of the Hesperus. And this song has George thinking about getting older, but then he puts his humor in the song, and we have the following lines. I'm not the wreck of the Hesperus. I feel more like the wall of China. Getting old as Methuselah. Feel tall as the Eiffel Tower. I'm not a power of attorney, but I can rock as good as Gibraltar. I ain't no spring chicken. Been plucked, but I'm still kicking. But it's all right. It's all right. So George has the right attitude. He may be getting older, but he's still alive and kicking. Eric Clapton does a guitar solo for him in this song, and I really like this song's sense of humor. So song number 9, winner, is Wreck of the Hesperus from Cloud 9. The song rocks and has humor too, and it's memorable and fun to sing along with. I love it. 5 points. Song 10, the last song from somewhere in England, is Save the World. And this is George with his song about saving the world. It's hard to get into a song where the topics are about world destruction. The music sounds a little English and a little Jamaican. And at the end of the song, there are sound effects which make it sound light compared to the seriousness of the lyrics. And song 10 from Cloud 9 is Breath Away from Heaven. And this song sounds like a Chinese song. It's a slow-paced song. The song is a bit heavy-handed, and it's a love song. A girl he loves doesn't know how special she is. The winner of song 10 wasn't easy, not because I liked both songs, but because I didn't really like either song. Sorry, George. Given that I need to decide, I'll go with Breath Away from Heaven from Cloud 9. It's only because the other song is too political, and this one is more traditional in a way, you could say. So the total scores, Somewhere in England got 15 points, and Cloud 9 really beat up Somewhere in England with 35 points. Somewhere in England had some good songs I really enjoyed, but Cloud 9 was the knockout album that really brought George back to the music scene. That time off really got his creative juices back, and he created a wonderful album. George, thank you for your music. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, if you could give it a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, if you could do that, that would be wonderful. I hope everybody has been having a good day, and I hope you'll return soon to the Beatles Forever. Thank you. Bye.